Number 16, Callum Hudson. Number 19, Alexander Panner. Number 20, Francisco Alvarez Perez. Number 24, Louis Sackel. Number 30, Sean Stone. Number 44, Benjamin Fogarty. Number 45, Pedro Herrera. Number 92, Mate Lengel. And ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Port City Football Club, number 0, Elias Mumford. Number 2, Sebastian Tepe. Number 4, Dave Brown. Number 5, Martin Rivera. Number 6, Jackson Manesse. Number 7, Max Maneke. Number 8, Jack Steele. Number 11, Caleb Powell. Number 16, Alex Walker. Number 17, Aiden Payne. Number 19, Hunter Wilson. On this Memorial Day, let's honor the fallen by remembering their courage and by striving to be worthy of the freedom they fought to protect. May their memory inspire us to play with heart and to always be mindful of the true cost of freedoms that we enjoy. Tonight we also would like to remember our good friend and Army veteran, Chris Minker. Chris Minker was a goalie from the first day he entered the soccer world and played in elite travel leagues, high school, and college. Chris served in the Maryland National Guard as a construction engineer in Afghanistan and as a combat medic in Iraq. Upon moving to Wilmington, he became a devout fan of the local soccer program and could be found at every home match. The Minker family expresses their heartfelt appreciation to the Port City Football Club for honoring posthumously his devotion to the Wilmington soccer movement. For Chris, and for all of those who sacrificed in America's wars, may we have a moment of silence. Let's go, Port City. Our wait is over. It's time to light up the pitch and bring the energy as your Port City Football Club kicks off their home season right here at historic Union Stadium. Let's show these players some love. Make some noise, Wilmington.
Yeah, just holler at me if you need anything. Okay?
Thank you.
into historic Legion Stadium here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Port City FC hosting their first home game of the season against the Bristol Rhythm. I'm Zachary Buttright. I'll be along with you for the ride today. Both these teams playing 2 games so far on their season. Both teams splitting the first 2 games, 3 points each. Port City FC, they won their last game 4-1 on the road last Friday night. 8 days later, they come here and host their first game on the season. As for the Rhythm, they are coming off their first loss of the season. They lost that game 4-2. As we get ready to get underway here in Wilmington, Port City FC, the host in their navy, all navy kit. Top to bottom will go left to right on your screen. In net today for the Gulls of Port City. There's number 0, Elias Mumford. And here is Port City getting underway. They hit it towards the right corner. And now both teams will try and control the first possession. Bristol City now will gain control in net for the Rhythm. It is number 30, Sean Stone. Bristol City in their white kit going right to left. Port City hits this one out of bounds for the first throw-in of the game for the Rhythm. Very interesting to see what the intensity is of this game. Obviously, it will turn into a night game very quickly. Both of these teams obviously wanting to get in front of each other in the standings. Just players shaken up on the near side. Back to his feet now for Bristol City. So Port City FC, they'll get the free kick underway to restart this match as another minute has expired. Head referee just talking to a couple of the players. We do appreciate you tuning in today for Port City FC's first home game. Give us a like or a comment if you're tuning in. So the match back underway by the captain of the Gulls. Now the Rhythm will try to gain possession in the middle of the park, and they'll receive a foul. That was won by the midfielder of the Rhythm, Ulysses Hendricks. So now the Rhythm will pass it around the back and look to create something. First time we've seen either team really hold the ball. Obviously this being just the 3rd minute completed. Now the Gulls will put some pressure on the Rhythm. Port City won it back for a second, but the Rhythm recovered nicely to win it back right on the edge of their 18. That was pressure by Jack Steele that won the ball back for the Gulls before they lost it again. Now the ball is out of play for a throw-in for Port City. So a scramble now results in a free kick for the Rhythm. And let us know what you think this final score of the game might be in the comments if you are listening and watching online. So far, both of Port City FC's games have ended 4-1. One in favor of the Gulls and one not. So a lot of goals being scored when Port City takes the field. A lot of possession here early on by the Rhythm, though. And a good recovery there by the Port City defender of Martin Rivera. And now Port City will look to build from the back, and Rivera will be fouled. Foul committed there by the Rhythm. Mbakiani was the culprit to that previous foul. Now Port City once again will receive a free kick 10 yards farther down the field. So a pretty broken up first 5 minutes. Numerous amounts of stoppages already. The head referee has gone over to talk to the head coach of the Gulls. That interaction is now over with, and it looks like we'll get play resumed here momentarily. So we do. The ball goes over to Port City, and they'll look to build from the back the first time today, but heavy pressure here from Rhythm. They've brought a lot of energy here on the long road trip, and the pressure is fruitful. They have the ball now. They're inside the 18, cut back towards the 6, and a great save. And the shot goes just past the near post. Great coverage from a sliding defender of Port City. David Brown there to protect the near post, and a good save from Mumford. But a great chance early on for the Rhythm. And thank you, Austin, for commenting about the added audio feed. We've taken note and made the appropriate adjustment. And all your comments are always reviewed in live time, and we do appreciate all the input. So now the Gulls will try to build something in the right sided corner. Great pass inside. Now the Gulls have found their first presence in the opposition 18, but Bristol City able to clear it out, and now the Gulls will have to reset. Hunter Wilson there found his teammate of Caleb Powell from Port City. Now they'll switch it around the back. David Brown over to Rivera, but it's lost, and it's won quite cleanly by the Rhythm. Now again, they break fast, and a shot potentially off the arm. A couple shouts for that, but nothing will be given there by the head referee. Nifty footwork for the pass, unsuccessful there. So scramble now in the middle of the park, and the ball will just go past the outstretched leg of Mbaki. So it'll go all the way back to the Port City netminder of Mumford. And now back out wide to Powell. Powell plays it inside. He finds his teammate. Him and Aiden Payne have had a good connection so far this season. Payne already a couple goals to his name to start his NPSL campaign. And a great sliding effort there from the Rhythm right back. Knock that one out, not just for a corner, but for a throw-in, so saved it from a good opportunity. Preston Stewart says 2-0 in favor of the Rhythm. So a couple predictions already coming in. If you want to try and predict the right score, get it in now. Get your favorite scoreline, or if you're a supporter of Port City or Bristol City, love to see you in the comments. And we'll see which outcome proves truthful here in 80 or so minutes, as we have hit the 10th minute on the clock. And we've just seen a balance in this game where Port City now has started to control the possession a little bit more, as we saw the Rhythm early on. And there's a foul. Payne is fouled from behind, and he looks to play quick, but now it looks like the goals will get it set up. So this is the first dangerous opportunity we've seen from Port City from a set play, and from the entirety of the game as well. About 35 yards out. Obviously, those football lines, the local high school plays at Legion Stadium. The line's permanently on the field with the new turf that has been installed. So the free kick is played in. A great run in, but it just goes by the far post. So the first real chance we've seen since the Rhythm have had that opportunity saved by the netminder of Port City. So a couple more predictions coming in. Nicholas Rivera, Port City 3-1 is his prediction. But we've got one from Port City and one from Rhythm. So a couple of opposition fans watching on the broadcast today. Always love to have a little rivalry there. The ball's cleared out by the Rhythm, and it'll be chased down. And it's greatly won. Just muscled him off the ball, but great recovery from the center back of Port City. David Brown there. Pedro Herrera was able to win the ball, though, off of Brown. And now Port City finding an outlet there, and now we'll switch to play of field, with the field of play. Aiden Payne trying to chase it down, but a good defensive effort, and that will go off the defender there, and it'll be a quick throw-in right back to Aiden Payne. That was Callum Hudson. It's crossed in, back post, and the Gulls have scored and opened the game. And they've taken the lead in their home opener of the 2025 season. And a nice interaction there. All the kids on the fence line. And the goal scorer himself. And a great cross in. And let's watch the replay here as the ball goes far post, and just a very nice, tidy finish for the man back post. Max Menke, the goal scorer for the Gulls. And the Gulls are up 1-0 here in the 13th minute at Legion Stadium. What will the response be from the Rhythm? Temperature here today not particularly high, probably high 70s in Wilmington. But the Rhythm having the advantage of the all-white jerseys. Very slick look for them. Now they try to respond very quickly, not but a minute after just giving up the opening goal in this ball game. So driving in, great attack here for the Rhythm over the head of the netminder, Mumford. And that one goes out for a throw-in. So Hendricks, a little too overzealous there on the cross. But the Rhythm showing promise and resilience after giving up the first goal, and heavy pressure here. Way to win it back for the Rhythm there. And it has to be a last-stitch clearance for Port City and Hunter Wilson. And there are some gulls flying ahead the stadium, above the stadium. So supporting the Port City. Obviously, this area of North Carolina known for that. Throw in into the box around the 6 and finally cleared out by the Gulls. And a couple of viewers from different countries watching, supporting Bristol City. As that attempt was saved by Mumford. We appreciate everyone listening in the U.S. and out of the U.S. as well. We see you, Caitlin Hudson. So here's a big attack to run from the left back of Tepe. And it's out for a throw-in for the Gulls. And so many teams have location-centric logos and names, and obviously we talked about how the Port City are the Gulls because of the Seagulls here in the Cape Fear region of North Carolina. And Bristol trying to bring the Rhythm down with them. And they're going to need a goal to tie this ball game up. Here is another dangerous free kick. It's headed back across to a wide open Port City player from the edge of the box now. Strike and just misses the top right corner. That one was always going away from the net though. But Port City, once again, they have a chance that really comes from nothing. So the Rhythm getting back into their passing on the defensive line. There are 3 players in the back. Their right back stretched high. It'll go all the way out to their right back. He takes a touch to collect himself and finds a Port City defender rushing across him. But it's won back cleanly, but not just for a second, as now it's kicked up into the midfield right at the half-field line, and it'll be out for a Rhythm throw-in. Dylan Brown says a Jack Steele screamer is going to result in a 3-0 win for Port City. We obviously already have goal number 1 for Port City. Maybe Dylan Brown has the magic 8 ball. That'll be seen as this game goes on though. So 18 minutes have just clicked across the electronic scoreboard, as now it'll be a corner kick for the Rhythm. This one will be back post, trying to be flicked back across, and that one went off of the end line. So it'll be a goal kick for Port City. So Mumford will restart play. Out to Tepe now, but pressured heavily. And off his shin pads there, and it'll be a throw-in for the Rhythm. Now they look to restart their attack, and they switch it all the way out to their left-sided back. Now it's switched out right on 10 yards from goal. It's deflected, and right from the top of the box, it goes right into the safe hands of Mumford. But a good strike and a dangerous opportunity for the Rhythm. It was Alexander Painter that got the strike right at the top of the 18 and directly in front of the goal, but a lot of Port City bodies there to block and Rhythm players in the way as well. It's always a tough shot to get on goal from that distance with all those bodies in the way. There's a foul by the Rhythm, and now it's played by the Gulls of Port City. So they'll look to create something once again, and it goes back to David Brown. He'll find Mumford right at the top of his box, and checking down will be Steele. Doesn't receive it as it goes to Brown. Brown will look for a long ball now. He finds the run of Aiden Payne. It's headed back in towards the middle by the Rhythm defender. And great body shielding there. And the foul has been called. That was a great piece of body positioning. Hendricks in the middle of the park called his name a couple times today. And there's another foul for the Rhythm, so it looks like they'll play this one short. And once again, we appreciate you tuning in to the Port City FC versus Bristol Rhythm game. Leave us a like and a share. So the free kick went to the top of the 18. Now it's recovered by Mbake Mbakini had the ball, played it into the middle, and it got lost and cleared out by the Port City defender of Brown. So now the Rhythm will reset. Play it out wide. Once again, they're right around midfield. They've been looking to try and move that line of possession higher, maybe towards the 50-yard line. This pass finds friendly feet, but it's lost off the feet of Hendricks. Good pressure there by Port City midfielder. Played across to Brown. Finds the middle of Steele. Steele trying to take a run at it. Plays it to Minke. Minke gets it out wide. And that was right in the 6, and great defensive work from the Rhythm to get 2 players back and swarming the ball as the ball gets closer towards the net. The danger rises. So it'll be a corner kick for Port City. Sean Stone in goal. Thought about coming off his line there, but stayed. This one will not be in the territory of Stone, but it's a mad scramble at the box, and Stone will just take a touch and no pressure from Port City. So 10 minutes since the opening goal of this game when Port City took a 1-0 lead. And it'll It'll be a free kick for the Rhythm. Will we see them knock this one into the box? It looks like they will. They've had a couple attempts that have just sat right on the top of the 18, and we haven't really seen one that has gone inside of the box. 2 hands up for the free kick taker. This one goes right towards the 6 and bounces right on the corner of the near-sided 6-yard box, but no player able to get there. High line right at the 18 for Port City, and that ball had an inside swing on it since the beginning. Port City with a couple crisp passes here, and there's Aiden Payne. And he gets pulled down, he waves for a foul, not called from the referee. And a mad scramble now. It's one back. There maybe was a handball in there, says one of the opposition. Here's a strike and a shot and a goal for Port City. They double their lead in the 25th minute. And the crowd erupts here at Legion Stadium. Past the outstretched arm of Stone, and a great finish there by Caleb Powell, who got the assist on the first goal. Let's take another look here. Just past the far post, nice whip on it. And the Gulls have doubled their lead in this first half. And that chance really was created from nothing for Port City. Just a couple good tiki-takas back and forth, and then a lot of space for Powell to run into. And he made sure he did not need a second chance. So what can the Rhythm do about this 2-goal deficit? It will be a Rhythm throw-in. Painter hands it off to his teammate. It looks like it might be a long throw here, and they are setting up for that. Hudson will be the long throw taker on this near side. Throws it in, find the runner potentially, and it's headed out by the captain of the Gulls, Manisi. So goals in the 13th and 25th minute for Port City FC has them up 2-0. As here is a ball in for the Rhythm. Great touch by Mumford over the head of a Rhythm runner in the box. That would have had an easy shot at goal to cut the deficit in half, if not for Mumford's hand. For the Rhythm, trying to spark life in their offense. Let us know which team you might think will score the next goal here. It may come off this corner kick. Here it is, played in by the Rhythm, and Mumford once again gets a hand to it. This time it only goes to the PK spot. Bodies flying. Port City FC. Great athleticism from the referee to do a split mid-air just to get out of the way, and now the Rhythm will reset. They get it out wide. Trying to create a cross opportunity. Cuts back inside. He finds the pass inside. A big touch there. It stays in bound. Good effort. Now it's whistled back. It looked like Hendricks had kept that one in, but the linesman on the far side said that it did sneak across that end line. Once again, like and share and comment. Spread the word about Port City FC and the home games, and Bristol Rhythm as well. Any publicity is good publicity, and we once again thank you for listening in to us here or watch and listen on this Saturday afternoon. So the Mumford goal kick there goes right back to the Rhythm, and now they'll press on. and it will be a corner. And the Port City defender thought he had a foul there, Rivera. And it looked like maybe the Rhythm were going to take it quick, but they decide not to. And the Rhythm trying to get these corners quick and catch Port City off guard. Here's another in-swinger. Mumford decides to stay. That one was on the elbow. Referee points back to the corner. It will not be. He says it is in the frame of his body. That was definitely one of those plays that could have changed the complexion of this game. But once again, the Rhythm have compiled 4 or 5 corners back-to-back now after giving up that second goal, and they're knocking on the door. There's a header, and it finds the top right corner, just as I had said. They found the answer to the question of the corner kick. And the Rhythm have cut the deficit, and they only trail 1 now. Goal scorer Louis Saldelki. And this is a brilliant header. Salkid able to get onto it, ran towards it, attacked the ball there. Any young kids watching at home, that's what you want to do on corners. So here, let's take a look at it. He attacks the ball and just finds the far post. Not a chance for Mumford there. So back to live action, as we've seen 3 goals here in 30 minutes. I don't think you can ask for a better start here in the first home game of the season for Port City. Port City player down. It's Caleb Powell. Outstretched leg potentially, but the Rhythm now are on the break after getting their first goal at Legion Stadium. They are on the break here. A nice give and go. They've got 1 defender, or 2 offensive players in the box. Good shot saved there by Mumford, and it stays a 2-1 lead. But the Rhythm have been passing in rhythm for sure, and now they are looking dangerous. 2 goals, obviously the most dangerous lead in football, because you can gain the momentum just as the Rhythm have. But here is Port City with some space in the midfield. Over to the captain, Minitzi. And a foul is called there. So the Gulls will look to reset after giving up that goal. And now they try to answer with another one of theirs. Nifty footwork, but good defensive work once again from Hendricks. And the ball will be cleared out. It's a beautiful day here in Wilmington. As we said, just around upper 70s, wind blowing, coming towards our face here in the press box. And it's a beautiful day for the beautiful game. That's what they always say. I will tell you, though, the turf is probably hot. Those black pellets, they definitely absorb the heat, and unlike up in the grandstands and nice in the AC like we are right now. But the Port City FC team now looking for a response. They've gained possession and they've controlled the ball for the last minute and a half now, and trying just to take out the sting out of the game a little bit. Menese once again gets it back and passes it back all the way back to Brown, and Brown will recycle it all the way back towards the far side. So the Port City back 4 and defensive midfielder, number 6 there, wearing number 8, but playing the number 6 position, Steele, just connecting, and Steele passes the ball there out of bounds. Also, the lines we were playing are the yellow lines, if anybody was wondering. There's a lot of lines on that field, obviously permanent lines, the football, being that it is new turf and all that. It is the yellow lines, though. Here's a rhythm attack to try and tie this match up. A great cross inside, right on the 6-yard box, and just missed the far post. That was one of the better chances we've seen from the Rhythm, besides their goal they scored and that first chance of the game. And the Rhythm, they've created a lot of chances ever since Port City has scored that second goal. And that second goal for Port City, don't forget, was almost against the run of play. A quick counter, just as the Gulls are trying to create here, but that one strays out of play. So switched around the back once again for the Rhythm. There'll be a Port City goal kick here. And it's great to see football back at Legion Stadium. Obviously, a couple-year hiatus in terms of Port City, playing at UNCW Soccer Stadium on the campus of UNCW. There's a cross in, once again dangerous, and we've already seen a couple goals scored off crosses, so anytime there's a cross coming in, definitely stay glued to your screen. The former professional soccer team, Wilmington Hammerheads, playing at Legion Stadium for many years before being disbanded. But good to see the soccer community in Wilmington out once again. A great crowd out here on a Saturday afternoon. In a very festive environment. So once again, we have another corner for the Rhythm. Their last corner resulted in their first goal of the game. They'll have the same kind of play design, and it's a flicked on header again, but it's flipped over the goal this time. It was once again off the head of the goal scorer. Suckled. So Mumford will play this one long once again. And it'll receive, or it'll be at Aiden's Payne's feet. And Port City FC have gotten themselves a throw-in farther up the field. That's always the goal of a goal kick, to either create a chance on the counter or get your team a throw-in and keep possession of the ball. It's a big switch there from the left center back of Port City. Great pressure there, but no foul is called there. It will be a foul, and the first yellow of the game from David Brown. A heavy challenge in. And Brown records that yellow card there, so he's got to be careful. He's been pretty active so far in this game. You know, unique attributes to Brown. He's got a low sock. He keeps the sock very low. You don't see many players keep their socks very low like that, but Brown does. There's a cross that goes out of the end line, and Mumford will once again have another goal kick. So the pressure is there for the Rhythm. They definitely have had a couple of chances, and we haven't seen Port City have a chance since the Rhythm has scored, as we are in the 39th minute now. Maybe Port City is just looking to get to halftime and get a couple of minutes to think about how the first half went. But that's not before the Rhythm will have anything to say in these last 7 minutes of the first half, plus some stoppage time. Here's an attack that gets played out wide now once again. We've seen a lot of success from crosses. Hendricks finds his left back, and now they recycle around towards the captain of the Rhythm, Adam Cooley. And a runner inside the goal scorer, but this one's flipped into the box. Both Rhythm players there deciding to let the other get the touch, and neither do. So they have to recycle the ball around the back once more, but they've moved their line of possession up. Like I was talking about earlier, they were around their 30. Now they're in the opposition half, and a great header in, and oh, it just passed the far post and banging in the turf in frustration. Is the attacker of the Rhythm. Mumford left stranded there, almost in no man's land. But a great chance for the Rhythm to equalize. And from the angle that I saw, that was almost as close as it could be, a whisker past the post. As this game is heating up here towards the end of the first half, Powell will look to settle the ball down, but heavy pressure and the foul is called on the Rhythm. And Bakani is recorded for the foul. We've seen at least 3 really good chances for the Rhythm to equalize in this game. And there's a foul on Port City, so the Rhythm will look to counter fast, but there was a body of Jack Steele in front of the ball to slow that counter down, and now the Rhythm will look to reset and slow the game down a hair bit. So we said for everyone to predict the scoreline at the beginning of this game. Nicolas Rivera right now closest to the score. He predicted 3-1 in favor of Port City. It's 2-1 right now in favor of Port City. We'll see if that third goal comes or if the Rhythm can equalize. As I mentioned early on, both Port City games so far this season have ended 4-1. So no shortage of goals when the Gulls have taken the field, and same for the Rhythm as their last game ended 4-2. So here's Powell out wide. He receives the touch, and heavy pressure beats the defender. He'll take it inside and try and whip it, but that ball was curling outside of the post and went past the far post. First chance, though, Port City has had in about 14, 15 minutes now. So is that signs of life for the Gulls? Once again, in the comments, let us know who you think will score next and what you're looking forward to in this second half as we head towards halftime. Once again, like and share. We do appreciate you watching and tuning in today. And that ball has gone out of the stadium, and the ball boy will have to chase it down. He went through the one open gate, I think that is, at this stadium. Great pressure there from the Port City team. There was 3 players around the one Rhythm player. Aiden Payne trying to recover. He's the number 9, and he's all the way down in the center mid spot right now, and nifty footwork from Rivera, and the Port City players have regained possession quite nicely, and now they will look to create something, a great in pass there, but nothing doing. Rhythm defenders on top of them. It goes back to Stone. And Stone will look to just dump the ball down the field. As now we head to 1 minute almost until halftime, depending on how much added time we have. It's a quick restart for the Rhythm. Hendricks finds his teammate there. Mbakene will drive towards the end line. He'll look for Bangu. Finds the... Oh, nice backwards touch there. But right into the safe hands of Mumford. It looked like a little trick play there was by the midfielder of Lingale. Mumford making sure he uses all of the time he's allowed holding onto the ball and dumps it now the opposition 40-yard line. So seconds away from seeing how much added time we'll have. We probably won't have much. There hasn't been much stoppages other than the first 5 or so minutes where we didn't have much play. We've hit 45 minutes now. The whistle could come anytime. Here's Powell, though, looking for an inlet. He's found his teammate, and there's Stone off his line. Good awareness for him. Be alert and clear that one of any danger. It's won back by Steele, though. Steele just able to pass it in. Now the outlet out by Port City. Payne trying to get on it. Some tugging of the shirts from the defender of the Rhythm. Some jeers for a foul there, but no foul given as Payne and the defender went in fairly and squarely. So the Rhythm just knocking the ball around right now. Maybe trying to create one final attack to tie this game up going into halftime. That ball stays in play, and the Rhythm will have a chance here. It's flicked on. Off his line is Mumford, and a collision there from the striker of the Rhythm. And Mumford is down holding his knee. Big moments for Port City and their coaching staff as the backup goaltender tonight gets off the bench and starts to get warm. Good clearance, though, by the Port City defender of Rivera to make sure there was no danger. Mumford is now up a little bit. No trainer on the field as of right now. And you also have to think, so close to halftime, you'd hate to make the sub now. If Mumford could continue, if you could make it to halftime without having to use that sub. And Mumford is back to his feet now. And he looks to be walking it off, so that's always good to see. Just one of those awkward collisions you sometimes see for goalkeepers. Now the question is, how much time will be left in the first half? We've been in 45 minutes for a couple minutes now. Obviously, we've seen that stoppage for the collision. Referee looking to drop the ball and trying to decide who will take it there. No player seems to want to collect it and maybe dump it long. This might be the last kick of the first half anyway. So it will be Hunter Wilson, who just hits it towards the halfway line, and it'll be a rhythm throw-in. So the rhythm may be trying to get one more attack. Head referee not with the whistle in the mouth. Now the check of the wrist. Always is a sign that the halftime whistle may be coming soon. But the rhythm there, in a dangerous position, they will probably get to continue this attack from the moment. They go backwards right now. I haven't seen another check of the wrist since that first check, not but 20 seconds ago. Now the rhythm will look to connect a couple passes. Hendricks plays it over to Alvarez, and now it's out to the far side. But Port City's won the ball back now, and there is the halftime whistle after that rhythm attack was foiled. So we head to halftime with Port City up 2-1, scoring 2 quick goals in the 13th and 25th minutes. But a good response from the rhythm off a corner kick, and a good goal from Salkid. Cut the deficit in half, and both teams will head to the locker room and try and regroup for this second half. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and make sure you hit the comments up and say what you think the second half score might be and who will score the next goal, and what are some predictions for the second half. What are you looking forward to? So we'll be right back. Welcome back here to Legion Stadium in Wilmington, North Carolina, as we're ready for the second half, and I hope you are too. Let us know in the comments how excited you are. Like and share as well. We want to get as much publicity as we can. First home game of the 2025 NPSL season for Port City FC. They lead 2-1 at halftime over Bristol Rhythm. Port City got out to a 2-0 lead. Goals in the 13th and 25th minutes. But then the response from the Rhythm off a corner resulted in the score we have now. As the shadow creeps across the pitch of the press box here at Legion Stadium. We're ready for an exciting second half that the lights will turn on, and when the lights turn on, the moments get bigger and the tensions rise. So once again, Port City in their all-navy kits, they go right to left in the second half. The Rhythm, they will be going left to right in their white kits. And a unique top as well with the purple stripe diagonally across from it. All the Rhythm supporters out there, they're rooting for a comeback here. It starts now as the second half is kicked off. They dump the ball along to the Bristol Rhythm. They've won it. Now it's won back by Port City. And Aiden Payne making a run, trying to find the through ball. It'll end up on his feet, running towards the end line. There's no one to cross it to quite yet. Now there's a runner in the box for the Gulls. Port City resets now. Steele played it out wide. Driving down that line, cutting inside now is Port City. They play it back all the way towards their left back for Port City. That is Tippe. Now Steele Central will dink this ball in. Trying to find Powell. Takes a shot with his left weaker foot there, and that one went through the goalposts of the football goal right behind the net. So if he was playing the Americanized version of football, he would have gotten 3 points there. But so a flat ball there results in a new ball being chosen by the head referee. Play will be restarted for the Rhythm. Rhythm having 3 in the back. Port City with the 4-player back line. Rhythm trying to have numbers in the midfield. A little adjustment there at halftime. So there's Brown, dumps the ball long. Remember, Brown is on a yellow card, so he needs to be mindful a little bit, does the right center back. Now here are the Rhythm. Rhythm driving in. A great challenge in there. Thrown from the Rhythm. And they'll look to switch the ball in the field of play. So they do here. Alvarez. One of throw-in for the Rhythm. No subs as of yet for either team. If there are some subs, we'll let you know. And as you see over there, the fan area very populated and a lot of people here today. As we said, a very large crowd. It's great to see that the soccer scene in Wilmington is still as vibrant as ever, even without the professional team of the Hammerheads for a numerous amount of years now. Here are the Rhythm on the attack. Now they recycle, trying to find a long cross in and do it with an in-swinger of the left foot, but it's shielded away there by the Port City defender and trying to recoup now. Once again, another cross. This one's an outswinger. It finds the feet of a Rhythm player. Now a little ticky-tack play, a shot, but right into the safe hands of Mumford. So we've seen a couple of saves like that for Mumford where he doesn't really have to move his body, he just collapses down to it. And there's a long ball that's been dumped in, and pressure from Port City and Menke. We've seen a lot of long balls in this second half already from both teams. But in the first half, we saw the Rhythm use the long ball to their advantage, and that's where they created their attacks from, especially down the flanks. Port City built up a little bit, but both their goals coming off of quick counters. The first across, and the second off of a quick counter that Powell got on the end of and didn't need a second chance. So the Rhythm reset. They've had a lion's share of the possession here in this second half, as Port City's trying to get into this half. First 5 minutes of the second half gone by, and here they are driving down the left far-sided flank, and driving in are the Rhythm. Maybe a little shove there. No, says the referee, and Port City with Rivera will try to clear it out. Not but 5 yards down the field, and now once again the pressure back on for the Rhythm. Nice give and go. Great chance here for the Rhythm inside, and a great clearance away by the center back of the Gulls, Hunter Wilson. So a long throw for the Rhythm. It'll be Panner. Painter throws that one in off the flick from, and it's a great save by Mumford. He had to extend almost. It wouldn't have mattered because it's a foul on the header, but a great save there. And we got play restarted. The save won't go down in the record books, but for Mumford, he might put that one on his highlight reel. Here are the Rhythm, though, after having a great chance. The foul there because the attacking player jumped off the shoulders of the defending player. So now the ball's out of bounds for a Gulls throw-in. A couple players warming up from Port City and one warming up for the Rhythm. We'll let you know if any subs do occur. There's a foul on the Rhythm. And the ball just bouncing around a little bit. We haven't seen it on the ground for a couple minutes. Now it's settled around, and Mumford will, with his non-dominant foot there, clear it, but not as far as it can get towards that field line. And there's a shout for a penalty for the Rhythm. Hendricks is complaining to the head referee right now, and here's the captain of the Rhythm running up to him, complaining that it was a push. 3 Rhythm players now surround the head referee, and that dangerously did look like a push for the Port City defender. And Brown also needing to be careful on a yellow card. So a long ball from Mumford. The ball not decided yet as that one's booted back into the air by Steele. And thank you to all of the 94 plus people tuning in right now to watch Port City versus Bristol. This has been a great game so far. Hopefully you've been here since the start. If not, you've missed a couple of goals, but I think that we'll see another goal in this match for sure. It's been quite an action-packed first 10 minutes of the second half. And a big touch goes out of bounds off the end line for the Rhythm, and we'll see the first sub of the game. It looks like a Port City player is down on the turf over by their attacking 20-yard line. So we will see the first change. It will be the second goal scorer, the game-winning goal scorer as of right now, Caleb Powell, coming off. And replacing Caleb Powell, we'll get you the name here in a second. He'll be playing right wing as this game is restarted. Trying to get the hold-up play is Port City. They do here a late lunging challenge off of the foot of a Port City player, it looked like, but no, it'll be a Port City throw. This one is going to be a Rhythm throw. And the number 9 there, the striker for the Rhythm, making a different run than what the pass was made. It will be number 10, Keegan Pete, coming in for Port City. I don't think that is Keegan Pete, actually. I think he's still warming up on the sideline. So he's not in the game quite yet, but he is wearing number 10, which is Keegan Pete's number. So we'll try to get some clarification there, who actually came in and what is going on with that. But for right now, the Rhythm are attacking on the far side and getting past the first defender. And by a second, a strike now with the lunging leg of Brown. Now back, and a shot that just goes and stays in play. It'll go out for a throw-in.
Hey, just to let everybody know, last ball probable at the 70-minute mark. So for all you beer drinkers, better get down there before they don't allow you.
And the left wing back has had a lot of work to do today, and he's been very good for the Rhythm. A couple chances created, and had a good chance there. Bakeni, the left wing back today for the Rhythm. So the Rhythm will try to collect their composure, and as the 59th minute ticks away. We hit the hour mark very shortly in this game. The score remains 2-1 in favor of Port City. Here's Aiden Payne. Good defensive work, though. From the Rhythm. Benjamin Fogarty there was the player that recovered nicely for the Rhythm, and now it's a foul against the Rhythm. So the Port City Gulls will have a free kick, and they look like they're going to lump it long. So Port City hasn't necessarily tried to possess the ball in this second half. They look content to win this game by a goal, if that is what it comes down to. So there's Fogarty passing it back to Stone. Stone finding his teammate, a great pass to pick out, but it looked like they would lose it, but they have found it, and now the run is cut out there by the defending leg of Rivera. A great run once again by Mbakeni. A great tackle to win the ball back, but it's cleared out by Rivera. And it goes all the way back to Stone. So Fogarty now being pressured hard. He gets it out, and it'll be a throw. And it looks like Port City FC right now is in a little bit of a shell. They're just trying to withstand some pressure. Obviously, having the three players in the back and the two wingbacks high for the Rhythm has caused the Gulls to think about pressing forward a little bit because of the numbers forward for the Rhythm. But we've seen the Gulls hit on the counter once already. So Bristol looking to not have that same result. Here they'll have a chance of their own to try to tie this game up. It's a great through ball in. It slipped, and it's a goal. It's equalizer for the Rhythm, and it stuns the crowd here at Legion Stadium. And a great through ball. Lewis Cole gets on the end of it. He's been dangerous so far today. And we'll take a look at that goal from Cole once again. There's the through ball and just past the outstretched body of Mumford, and the defender unable to get to it in time. And we're all square at 2-2. You could feel the momentum in favor of Bristol. And all the Bristol supporters on the live stream, let us know how excited you are. The comeback has been completed. For the moment, they'll look to take all 3 points from this game. And what will Port City have to say about that, as they were once up 2-0, but now see it all square on the scoreboard. Once again, like and subscribe and share. And this is a whole new game. Thank you for tuning in. I told you would be in for another goal at least, and some exciting football, and here we have it. And here's Cole getting on to end of another through ball. He's got a step on the defender, but now cuts it back. He'll look for his teammate, who gets the big touch inside, that it gets taken away by Port City. Now Port City breaking out, and they've been dangerous on the counter. Aiden Payne looking to get on his horse and make a run there, but decided to stop and pull up and possess a little bit for Port City. We see you, Elias and Preston, supporting Bristol. And excited that the ball game is all square now. A big cross across the field for Steele. And the Rhythm just sitting back a little bit. The most dangerous time after you score is obviously right after you score. So withstanding the pressure from Port City is going to be key, and a great tackle in from Keegan Pete, who is wearing number 9. So he has been subbed in for Port City. He's not wearing the 10 like he's listed on the roster, if anybody is keeping up with that. But he's on the field now. No changes yet for the Rhythm. Obviously, finding the equalizing goal always eases the mind of the gaffer. As for Port City, they've used 2 changes already. There's Pete. He plays it back to Brown, who gets it all the way back to Mumford, and here come the Rhythm press. And Mumford, all he can do is try and get it out of bounds. He does win his team a throw-in, though. So right on the hour mark is the equalizer for the Rhythm. We're in the 65th minute now, and 25 minutes to go. What is the Rhythm's attitude towards this game in terms of substitutions? Are they going to try and steal 3 points on the road? Or are they going to be content with just the 1? Obviously, Port City not happy giving up the 2 goals, but taking a point from the game is always a plus. But knowing you had the 3 points in your back pocket and losing them is tough. Already making the 2 subs, as we said, for Port City, showing that they want to try and take the 3 points here tonight on this beautiful Saturday evening in Wilmington, North Carolina. Once again, historic Legion Stadium, the host of this game, and that pass goes out of bounds, but it is touched by Fogarty on the way out of bounds, so it will be a Port City throw, but the throw-in player strayed a little bit too far down the line, did Tepe. And it's been tough for Port City to break down this press. And there it is again, the defensive effort of the first goal scorer of the Rhythm now. On a run down the field. He cuts inside. He'll get it towards the top of the box. He looks like he'll take a shot. It's blocked, though, by the right foot of Tepe. And it's still in play. Fogarty now. Salkid had that great run there. He's obviously got the Rhythm on the score sheet today. Here is Payne now. He's got 3 Rhythm players around him, and he does a splendid job getting a free kick. That is an unnecessary foul for the Rhythm. Payne was going towards the sideline, and not much that he could really do in that situation. But he gets bailed out, and now the ball's back in play, and Port City will look to possess once again. So there's Brown finding Payne, the target man, and sprinting down the sideline. It'll be a foot race. Who touched the ball last is the question. It'll be a goal kick, so no touch there from Mbakene. Mbakene with speed, but he's done a lot of running already today. Would love to see his total mileage, as he's been the left wing back and running up and down the field. Thank you to all 107 plus people watching. as we have the first substitution for the Rhythm. It'll be a change at left center back for Bristol. Port City has won the ball back now in a dangerous position. And here is Payne with tons of space, closing down quickly, and a shot, and he finds the goal for Port City to take the lead. And once again, that came from nowhere for Port City. Aiden Payne not needing more than one touch to settle that down and taking a shot and a strike that finds the back of the net. Here's the replay for you folks at home. There's the one touch, and he just finds and rips it. And Port City reestablishes their lead. And Payne on the score sheet for the third straight game to open the season. 3 for 3 for Payne this year. And we promised goals, and we've seen them here today as Port City now leads 3-2. And the inbound off the kickoff for the Rhythm is out of bounds. And you could see that Stone and Fogarty were upset there as they just had a lapse of communication, a big space in behind Fogarty for Payne to run into. And not much of a chance for Stone there, as that was sent straight out of a cannon. So what will be the Rhythm response? They've obviously come back from 2 goals earlier in the game. Now they'll only have 20 minutes plus some stoppage time to try and find the answer once more. So the Rhythm trying to get back into the attack. There's a foul committed by Port City, and it will be a yellow card. So the second yellow card we've seen today. So the crowd getting amped up here in Wilmington. Because Port City has just taken the lead once more. So it will be a Rhythm throw on this near side. There is a new Rhythm player. It is Kojoko Baku. Wearing number 2, he's playing right wing back for the Rhythm. Here's Kojoko Baku. That just found it out of bounds. That pass just went a little bit too far. The right idea, though, for the Rhythm. And I'm sure we'll see a higher press from the Rhythm, a higher line, knowing that they need to get another goal. And a good effort there from Bacco to try and keep it in bounds, but that one never had a chance. That was hit a little bit too hard, so it'll be a Port City throw. We will see a sub. Aiden Payne, right now, the game-winning goal scorer, will be subbed off for Port City, and it'll be his replacement. We'll get you that here in a second. It looks like it'll be number 21, Daniel Garvila. So Garvila replaces Payne. Some big shoes to fill for Payne, as right now he's got the game-winning goal. So Stone comes and collects it off his line. And the whistle blows as the referee, once again, unhappy, as play has to be stopped because of a ball that is low on air, it looks like. Garvila there with the pressure, and he had the ball on his foot but rolled it out of bounds, so quick thrown by the Rhythm. But Port City able to win it back quickly. And now the counterattack is run out of some steam, and the Gulls have played it all the way back to their center backs. They whip it around to the right back of Rivera. So 75 minutes have passed, 15 to go. Who will be the winner and who will get the deciding goal? Obviously, Aiden Payne right now, the hero for Port City. Not a couple minutes after Bristol tied it all up at 2-2. And a free kick in a very dangerous position, 35 yards out for Port City here, and a first yellow card shown to the Rhythm. It will be the first goal scorer of the game. Salkeld with the yellow there. So here is the free kick from Steele. It's off to the right a little bit, not central. It's an outswinger, excuse me. And it'll go out for a corner. So on this near-sided corner, we will see Port City it looks like it will be Steele taking in the corner. Referee telling Steele to hurry up, as Port City now trying to look and take as much time off the clock as they can. That one didn't get past the first player on the near post. Now the Rhythm trying to counter, but that was snuffed out, and now Mumford will just have to dump it long and back to where all of his fellow teammates are. Here's Steele with a beautiful touch. He tries to find, or he takes a shot, but that one never had a chance. That one hits the netting behind the goal. Steele there, trying to have a miraculous strike. I know someone in the comments mentioned earlier that they was going to be a Jack Steele screamer. Dylan Brown, we see you. He tried it there, but that one was a little bit outside, you might say. So shadows almost completely cover the entirety of the pitch as of right now. Just a little bit on that side that you're looking at. We haven't seen the lights come on yet, so it might not be considered a night game. We previewed it as a night game, obviously later in the afternoon, and sun stays up longer. There's a free kick. The ball was moving, but referee doesn't see it, and play stays going forward. So here's Fogarty. Heavy pressure. All 11 players from Port City within the 30-yard line, 40 yards from the goal. Pete with a sliding challenge there to be able to knock the ball out of bounds. And back go. Able to throw a long throw in there, and a good challenge to keep the ball in the 18 off the head, and it'll be once again cleared out for a throw-in. Back go. Had a good chance out of there, and a big swing at it, and it's blocked by the defender of Port City. Hunter Wilson has had a couple key blocks today, and that was a big one right there, as that one looked like it was headed for the top corner. Now this is where the Rhythm scored their first goal, and that was dangerous. Mumford was lost, but able to be cleared by Port City, and the number 10, the mysterious number 10. That is Keegan Pete's number, as we said, but he's wearing number 9 today, so we'll try to sort that out as this game ends and get you more information on that. But as of right now, the Rhythm are trying to equalize. And a great through ball now inside the 18, trying to take a touch inside. He does. He'll take a strike out of another block there from mysterious number 10. And there's a foul and a great position. 25 yards from goal. Right on the corner almost of the 18 on the far side. So it'll be a great opportunity to maybe even have a chance on goal. It would be a very splendid strike if he's able to get this one in the back of the net. This one may be a position where you could whip one in back post and cause problems for Mumford. But he's been good off his line. That last corner, though, he was lost a little bit in no man's land and had to bank off the help of his defenders. So 82nd minute. How big of a moment would this be for the Rhythm if they could equalize? Could they try and take the win? Here's a strike and a tough angle. It goes over the bar and bounces off the crossbar of the football goals. Like I said, it was a very tough angle to try and take on a strike. But he did, and he felt risky enough to do so, but no reward for the labor there. So Mumford will once again dump the ball long. This is definitely the time where we see Port City sit in a shell. A great touch there. Fogarty, though, able to recover nicely. And Fogarty once again blasts it off, and it's out for a goal kick. High IQ play from Fogarty. Garvila was the attacker that it ended up hitting off of before it went out of bounds. There's Rivera. He dinks this one, trying to find his teammate there of Minke, but unable to complete that pass. And that's a recovery there from Rivera. He lost the ball after he tried to find Minke. And Rivera, his work rate in the down press really showing why he's the starting right back for Port City. Now Fogarty trying to create something, a moment of brilliance for the Rhythm. In this 5-goal game, both of Port City FC's game this season have included 5 goals. We've seen 5 goals here today. Will we see a 6th for the Rhythm? I'm sure there will be hope that there's a 6th. And here's a big foul on Fogarty. He's in some serious pain, rolling around. Garvila looked like got some studs potentially to Fogarty's right ankle. And I'm sure there will be a card shown, maybe, as the head referee did reach for his pocket originally, and then now he's talking to the linesman. What will the card be in terms of the color? The yellow or red? And it's going to the back pocket, and Garvila will be sent off. That was the worry there. Studs up to the ankle. That is a big call for the head referee, but I think it's the right one as Garvila comes off the field. And he just came on not but 10 or so minutes ago, and he's visually upset, as you see on the sideline. But that is a tough challenge there. Fogarty, good to see him back on the pitch. But that was right at the ankles with the studs. So now Port City will have to go 6 minutes plus stoppage time. Down a player. Here's the replay. As you see, right into the ankle area with the studs up. That's the red card that we just saw, and we're back into action as here the Rhythm. They're driving in towards the 6-yard box. It's going to be a cut pass, and it's cleared out by Port City somehow by one of the legs of the Gulls. And this game has a whole new definition to it now, as Salked was able to drive in there and potentially create some drama in the 18 and inside the 6 for the Gulls. Here's another attempt. That's a big touch, but it's cleared away by Brown. And that one looks like it'll be a corner kick. So we've seen success already from the Rhythm. This is a great chance. All the Rhythm fans watching right now, show your support in the comments. Like and share. And anybody who's not watching, get them on the broadcast right now, because this game is coming down to the wire, and the Rhythm are up a player, down a goal. So a sub for Port City. Max Minke coming off. And this is an in-swinger. Doesn't get over the first defender, but it's hit right back towards the corner of the 6. And it's dangerous. And a touch over the bar by Mumford. Not much to do there, but he made the save. That was right in his frame for Mumford. But the save had to be made, and it was. And once again, Salked causing problems inside the box. And there it is, Mumford coming off his line. He takes contact, no foul blown. There's a touch for a Rhythm player. It's fired and over the goal. And this has been a couple of just splendid opportunities for the Rhythm. And it's just been, the ball has been bouncing around inside the 18 and inside the 6. And if you're Port City and the coaching staff, I'm not sure what you want to do right now, because you do not want a mad scramble inside your 6-yard box. And the extra player right now for the Rhythm, providing a spark. And the momentum has flipped like the flip of a coin. And a red card from Daniel Garvila, excuse me, for Port City FC, not but 3 minutes ago. So the last couple minutes of this game with the Rhythm up a player. And what can the Rhythm do with it now? Port City sitting with 5 back. They jump out of the form or shape a little bit, but they've definitely gone into a situation where they're almost parking the bus. They've got all their players back. They've only got one player ahead of the 30-yard line. Now they all have all players behind 30, and they're within a 20-yard span of each other, all 10 players on the field, excluding the goalkeeper, obviously, so all 9 field players. Ball goes all the way back to Stone. Fogarty out wide. We just eclipsed 88 minutes. And the Rhythm trying to push numbers forward. Offsides is called. That's actually the first offsides we've seen today. This late into the game, that's something that you don't see very often. But there's an offsides for the Rhythm as they were trying to get into that long ball a little too soon. So Mumford, who's had a couple crucial saves early on in the game, within the first 10 minutes, he had a good one-on-one save off a breakaway. And then the secondary shot went wide. And then we saw him have a good save that was canceled out for a foul. Almost heading towards that top left corner. And then he just had one where he had to extend up and over his head. That has right now given Port City FC a 1-goal advantage. There's a foul by Keegan Pete, and the ball has been kicked away. And it'll be another yellow for a Port City FC player. It'll be the number 10. Or he's wearing number 10 at least. So drama is building. And there's a tumble by a Rhythm player. It looks like he got clipped, and it is the goal scorer of the first goals, Salkid, and he's been good today. That would be a big loss if he's not 100% for these last couple minutes. Obviously now the electronic scoreboard sitting at 90 minutes. So we'll have, I'm assuming, 4 or 5 extra minutes maybe. That's my guess. I haven't seen any official word, but all bets are off for the Rhythm right now. There's a handball that goes off of his foot in his hand for the Rhythm player, so it'll be a free kick for Port City to take some pressure off. But this is almost kitchen sink time for the Rhythm. Just dump everything into the box and hope that something sticks. They've already had success with a cross to score their first goal. And Mumford will get the ball back in play. Port City FC throwing 3 players forward, trying to keep the pressure on, and now the ball for the Rhythm. So what do the Rhythm have in their bag of tricks? Did they use it all up to come back from 2 goals down and tie it 2-2? Or do they still have something left? This cross goes out of bounds, and it's for a goal kick. So Mumford taking his time. So Mumford gets it into play. A flick on. And it'll be Rhythm throwing. Not sure how much time is left. Maybe 2 minutes maximum in stoppage time here. As 90 minutes have eclipsed. We're about 3 minutes into stoppage time. The Rhythm trying to build a rhythm up and get a goal to tie this game up at 3 apiece. Mbakine losing the ball there. Every second Port City has the ball here is important. No foul called. And Mbakine wins the ball back, and it'll be a chip ball in. But there is Brown to win the ball and play it out. Now Port City on the break potentially. Will they go to the corner? Well, Fogarty there to step in. Good step from him to try and win it back. No foul there. Fans getting animate now that should have been called, but here is a good chance here. Back go inside, and it's headed in. Oh, what a save by Mumford. A great chance, back post. We saw them score like that. And Mbakini with a header into the ground, just like you're taught as a kid. But Mumford able to get over across the whole width of the goal to make the save. And will that be the last chance for the Rhythm. Mumford plays it long. The Rhythm will win it, though. They might have another chance at it. And Bakine would love to have another chance here. He has a touch on the ball. He drives in, and he's offsides. He just was a step too early, and the crowd here starts to really start rumbling. And you must think that there's only a couple more kicks left in this game. Port City FC trying to win their first home game of the season. We're 4 minutes into stoppage time. I said there might be 5. It's flicked back to Stone. Stone now will roll it out. It'll get over to Bako. Bako flips it in to Mbakine. The center referee looking at his watch. That always is a telltale sign. There's only seconds left in this game. Trying to get the ball in the box. Or the Rhythm now. They need to, that's for sure. And driving in a good chance here. Trying to connect a pass or two. Now all the Rhythm players forward except for one. And the goalkeeper, of course. Can they get a corner or can they create one more chance? This one's headed away by Pete. It'll go out for a throw and good shielding there from Bako. Long throw from Bako here. He chooses to go central with it. Hitting minute number 5 of stoppage time. All players forward for the Rhythm. One last gasp effort. Here's the goal scorer of the first goal. He dumps it in off the body of Pete. He's done well to block a couple of crosses already. Here is Salkeld. Bako hits this one too far. Maybe Mumford coming out for it and collects it. And maybe for the final time, Mumford, and it will be. The final whistle blows here at Legion Stadium. It is a final score of 3-2 in favor of the host, Port City FC. Mumford with an emphatic throw of the ball after the final whistle sounds, as he had an absolute masterclass in the net for the Gulls as they take a 1-goal win, and they are now at 2 wins out of 3. 6 points total. Here's the end of the game. Pete taking the contact. Next week, another home game for Port City FC. And we're taking a look at that last save late in the game by Mumford. And we got so excited about great ball back post and a diving header. That's exactly how you want it if you're the attacking player. But Mumford able to get across and got his body in the way to make the save. I'm sure that Mbakine will be dreaming about that one and have nightmares for at least the next week about that game. And Mumford, who is the first player over to greet the fans, as he's pumping up the crowd here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And Port City FC off to a winning start at home and are over 500 and are looking to keep the momentum going into next week. Once again, another home game. We'll be right here with you. Once again, it's been Zachary Buttright along with you for the ride. And what a great game. All 3 Port City FC games this season have resulted in 5 goals. Make sure you tune in next week, as it will be another score fest, I'm assuming. But that's all we have for you here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon, turning into night. Lights are on now. Thank you for joining us, and like and subscribe. And we'll see you next week.